Welcome to MacroCode. If you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So today we are going to start our episode 2 of .NETMAUI series. So on our previous video, we created our student app and you are able to see how to launch this using our Android emulator. And today we are going to see how we can be able to create this a sample app page, have a few fields, and actually we see how we can install some nuggets on our app project. So I'm going to create a simple folder. Let's create a folder called pages. So I'm going to create a folder called pages. So this is where we'll be having all our pages. Then I'm going to create a new item. So just create new item. Then we are going to create a content page. So we are going to create, let's say this is home page. So I'm going to say home page. So when you create home page, you'll be able to see we have the home page, which is a .xaml file. Then we have homepage.xaml.cs file. So after you have done that, I'm also going to create. So let's do away with. So let's do away with this. So let's also create another folder called view models. So for each page that we create, we need to create a view model for the page. So I'm going to create an home page view model. So let's do that. So I'll say home page, then I do view model. So that is it. So I'll just do public show class. So this is our view model. So the next thing that I want us to do, let's take this page, come to my program.file. So we need to actually have all our pages here. So what we need to do, come to my dot. So I want us just above here, I want us to add our page. So we'll say builder.services. So we just do that. Then I want us to add the page. So let's add transient. So we can also add, so we can do this, so we can have view pages here. Then we can also have our model classes here, view models. So then I can say home page view model. So we can add that there. So I can also come to our app.shell. I want us to add our navigation here. So if we just do, so before that, I want us to do something to our app. I want us to add the FLyout item. So you can say this is a FLyout item. Then you can say this is a shell. So shell. So I want us to do this. So here I want us to do shell content. Then I'll say content template. Say content template is equals to. So we need to have this. So you can say that, then you can have the root as that way. Then you can close it. Then you can also have a FLyout item here. So after we've closed that, we can, let's see what is wrong here. This should be shell content, then home. We can actually say, we can give it a name. So we'll say name. Then you can say home page. Then you can also do, we can actually close this so that so we can do that. So this is our main page. So we can actually copy this and introduce our home page. So we can replace this to be, can say this is main page and this is main page. Then you can say this is home page. and that is home page. Then we can have these as our home page. So if we do this, so our home page, we need to introduce something here. So we can say this will be pages. So if we do that, then we say students app dot pages. So where is it? You need to say pages. Yes, this one. So then on our FLyout item, we can say pages. That is where our file is. So if we try to launch our app, let's see what happens. So we need to have our home page and main page on our FLyout. So you can see the style. So we have an issue here. Let's see what we need to do. We can have that. Let's see. We need to do. I think there is something on how we created this file. Let me just do. Let's just remove it. Then I see if we did the correct thing. So right click again, new file. We should be able to create content page. Content page, and should be home page. Should be home page. So we do that. Let's see our move that. So we've just created a .NET-MAUI page. So there was an issue with our XAML page. So let me just show you what, in case you have any problems with it. So you create a new page, then add new item, come to .NET-MAUI, then .NET-MAUI content page. I think there was a different way we had done it. So you just create new. Should be able to see that we have our vertical layout label, welcome to .NET-MAUI. Then we have our home page, and it is our content page. So we had done our home page view model. Then we had added these on our MAUI program.cs file. You can see you have the page here and you have the models here. So on our app shell, you also have our home page. Then we have our main page. So this is under pages, and this is just outside the project. So if we just launch the project, we should be able to see that we have our two pages. You can navigate between the two pages. That is the home page and the main page. So for those who are new to this channel, consider subscribing and watching episode 1 of this video. So this is our students app .NET-MAUI series for beginners and those who haven't and those who are starting a new journey in .NET-MAUI. So we'll be here for you guys, and we will be doing these videos until we finish some of the main items on .NET-MAUI. So subscribe and let's begin this journey together. Comment down below in case you want us to showcase something on .NET-MAUI, then we'll be happy to do so. So our app is launching. Let's see how it looks like. So there we are. Our app is launching. So you can see we have our home page. So the home page that we now have is this one. So it has actually come to our first page on our app shell. So you can see on our app shell, we have the home page and then the main page. So it has actually opened our home page. So this is the page that we'll want our app to navigate to. And actually, this will be our first page. But now let's do some items on our home page. So on our home page, assuming we want to have, so let's come to our home page. So that is under pages. So on our home page, I want us to have a scroll view here. then we can close it here. So we can do that. So can actually have these outside. We have this scrollable, so we can do that. So I'll stop my project. There we are. So the next thing, I can close this. So the next thing that you can do is let's have an image here. So you can say, we can even have a frame. So let's say you can have a frame. Then we say background color. Can say beige. Can say green. White. So let's look for a better color. Mint cream. Say lavender blush, which is the best color, guys. So let's say tomato. I think we can go with that. Then we can have corner radius. You can set it to 3. Then you can close the frame. Then inside the frame, we can have some. So you can have our vertical layout. Then we can say you can have here some padding. You can have these as 2. Then you can have some spacing, so we can do 2. Then inside here we can have a label. Then on our label we can say padding is 2. Then you can also say font size. You can say font size is 20. Then you can also say horizontal text alignment. You can have these as center. Then you can also do the text now. So you can say welcome. So you can say welcome to macro code. You can say macro code series. So after we've done that, you can actually close that. Then down here, after our frame, you can actually have our image. You can add an image, then we say background color. You can say what is the background color. We can actually, let's not have the background color, but you can have the margin. So the margin you can do 2, 2, 2, 2. Then you can do this height request. You can do 70. Then you can also do, you can now give it the source. So you can actually have one of the images in our project. So the main image, you can take it. We can take the image that we had on our. So we can take the .NET bot.png. So if we come to our project here, so under pages, so let's close this. So under pages, you can do that, then .png. So if we do that, then we need to close that. So if we launch our project, let's see our home page, how it looks like. So we'll have welcome to macro code, and you also have our .NET image. Let's see how it looks. So you can see welcome to macro code series, and we have our image there. So if we increase the image, so we can say 140, the height. You can see that is the height of our project. So that is our home page. So we can actually now begin some of the things on our home page, and this is where we can have the logo. But to begin with, I want us to add a flyout item here, so we can have the menu. So what we need to do, let's go to our app shell. Then we need to add some styles. So we need to add some styles so that we can be able to see our menus there. So let's go to app shell. Then we need to add our template. So the header template. So come to our app shell here. At the top here, I want us to do shell. So I can do shell. FLyout, FLyout header. You need to do should be actually FLyout header. So it should be FLyout header template. Then I want us to close that. Then let's stop our project. So let me zoom this. So inside here, I want us to do data template. Then I also want us to close it. Then I also want us to have a grid. So let's say grid. Then we say horizontal options. So you can say fill and expand. Then you can also have a background color. So you can say blue violet. You can do Bollywood. That's fine. Then you can do vertical options. Say fill and expand. There we are. Then we can do row spacing. Row spacing, and do 10. Then we need to do padding. So we'll do 555. So that is it. So I can actually break this down here so that you're able to see it clearly. So there we are. So we can close this. So once we close our grid, so instead of closing it, we can actually come here inside our grid and we can do something. We can say grid.row definitions. Then we can say, can close it. So inside here, we can say row definitions, height should be auto, can do auto. Then you can close that. You can also do another row definition. Then you can say auto. Then this should not be there. So if we do that, the next thing that we need to do after this, we'll say grid. So I'll do grid, then margin, just say 1. Then row definitions, then I can do auto, 3 of them. Then I can close this. So if I close this, let's just remove that without closing. So I can actually have an image, and I can say the x.name is my logo. Then the grid.row should be 0. Then margin should be 0, 10, 10, 0. Then our source, if I come here and say source, should be, we can take our image here. You can use .NET Boot. So, and our app shell can do .png. So after that, we can close this. You can now have a label. You can say label. Then you can say the name of the label will be app name. Then we can do grid.row is equals to 1. Then we can also do margin will be equal to 0, 10, 0.0. So that is our margin. Then we can now have our font family. We can say font family. We can say it is Arial. We can do font size. We can say it is 20. Horizontal alignment. So the text alignment, you can say it's center. You can also do text. So you can say students app. So we can, that is our text. We can also say vertical text alignment. You can have it at the end, and we can do a text color. So if we do a text color, we can have these as can have it that way. So that is our profile. So inside our, so you can close these grids. Can say, so we can close this first. Then you can have a grid. Can close the first one. Then you can close the second one. Then after that, I think they should be fine now. So this is our FLyout header. So the next thing that we need to do is to have our style. So the style that we need to have within our header. So what we need to do, I want us to define. So I want us to define a style here. So if we just save that, we need to define. So we'll say shell resources. Sorry. So we'll say resources. Then we need to close it. Then you can say resource dictionary. You can close that. Then inside here, I want us to do some style for our main header. So we'll say key. So our key will be, sorry, key. So our key will be base style. Then our target option, target type will be elements. So we'll say element. Then if we close that, so we'll have our target type to be element. Then inside here, I want to have some properties. So setter, then you can say property, can do shell dot, sorry, can do shell dot background color. Then we'll say the value will be, can say brown, can say that. So the background color of our shell, I want us to do something different. Trying to find, so you can do that. So you can just close this way. So I want us also to, so you can copy. So this will be setter. So if we do that, setter property, should be setter, then property, that way. So if you'll actually have another one, so setter the property, then here we'll say foreground color, and say black. Can do that. You can set another one and say title. Title will do just white. You can do another one. You can do disabled color. You can do green. You can also do unselected color. You can do red. So you'll be changing these colors based on how they look. So we're just updating for now. So tabbed. So you can say tab background color. You can say orange. You can do another one. You say tabbed foreground color. You can do black. You can also do tabbed unselected. You can do indigo red, Indian red. You can do tab, you can do indigo red, Indian red. 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 You can do indigo red, Indian title color, can do black. Then after you've done with that, after just the styles, I want us to have another style. You can say style, then you say target type, I want us to say tab, so I want us to say tab, then so we based on, then we should be able to define, so you can get, so you'll say target type here, we can say FLyout item, FLyout item, then this should be based on our style here. You can have this here, then you can close. Then, so here FLyout item, I want us to remove this FLyout behavior disabled. So I want us to do here, then you can close this. So after we have done that, let's launch our app and see. So you just remove the FLyout item disabled, then you should be able to see our FLyout. So let's see how our app looks like. So we have some errors. So let's see our page. So let's see, there's something we've just defined here only. So this is closed. This is fine. We've closed that, we've closed that. So where is the issue? On our page. So let's see. Yes, sorry, this is it. We need that one there. So if we launch it, let's see. We have something wrong based on mismatch. So we have, so this should be, actually let's remove this for now, then we'll be able to define it later. So let's launch our app and see. So if we just launch our app, you can see we have our home page. So if we click here, you can see what you have just done. We have our main logo and we have our name. So the name that we just defined here, Students App, this is what is it, and the logo that we have here. So the name here, the .NET bot, we have it here. And we now have our page. You can see how we can be able to navigate, and you can be able to navigate here. So we can rename this to home. So, and we can actually remove this. So assuming we will want to have another page for students, so I'll create another page here called students. So .NETMAUI content page, then I can say this is a students page, students list. So you can say students list page. So we just add that, can do that, and you can see we have our students list page here. So I can come to our app shell, then I can update this to students page. I can say this is pages, and I can say this is students. So these will be students, and these will be students. So our root also should be students. And remember, once you do that, you should actually add it here. It's best practice to have these added here. So we'll do this here. Then we can also create our name, our view page, view model. So we'll be doing data binding. So I'll be showing you on our next video. So I'll just do students list page view model. Let's create that for now. Then I had it here. So then we can change this to public version. So we'll have our student class. So that is it. Then if we come to my program.cs, we need to add this here. So we'll just replicate this here, and we can have our page. So on our app shell, we now have students list. So we just launch our app again. We can now navigate to our students list. So this is now our main app, our main.NET app. So you can see we have now our home and we have our students list. So we just added these styles, and then we just remove the FLyout disabled item at the top here. Then we'll have our page, and we have our pages here the way we want them. So if you're new to this channel, consider subscribing. So this is episode 2 of our students mobile app. So for those who are watching this video and you haven't subscribed, please subscribe, and let's proceed with this series. So let's wait for our app to launch. So there we are. You can see our app is launching. So you see we have welcome to macro code series. So you can see we have the home page and we have the students list page. So you can see this is the students list page, and you can actually rename the title here. So if we come to students list page, you can rename this to students list. So if you save that, you should be able to see that these are reflected. So this is our home page now. Then you can say, can rename this to students dashboard. So we'll be having our dashboard here, students dashboard. Then when you come back, you'll be able to see our students dashboard. So that is our app, and let's see you on our next video. So bye, and remember to subscribe.